Hi, students. Welcome to the Honors Quantitative Bootcamp. And I suppose you have downloaded the materials from the Google Share Drive folder. So I have also downloaded the folder. So this is 2021 Bootcamp. Okay, let's open the folder. So there are 7 folders, and then take a look at the course outline, and then we will focus on Excel eViews. Okay, that will be the first day one, okay, of the bootcamp, and then followed by mass eco lectures, and then econometrics lectures, and then after your July exams are over, then we will have a 3-day intensive workshop on starter. Okay, and then there is a eViews installation files, eViews 3, which is a free legal version, and you can install it and use it anywhere you like, even off campus. And then for the eViews 3 installation files, please follow the installation guidelines. And most importantly, you must first unzip the installation folder. I repeat, first unzip the installation folder, and then you follow the guidelines. Okay, so let's start with Excel. So there are 3 files. And by the way, I just want to go back to eViews 3. There is an updated version, eViews 9 or eViews 10, but there are license restrictions with the latest version. So for this latest version, you need to come to speak to a lecturing staff, and then he would install it on your laptop. But for this new version, it only works when you connect your laptop with the campus network. So in other words, that new version, you cannot use it at home. It can only be used on campus. But eViews 3, you can use it anywhere you like. Okay, Excel. So let's open the PDF slides. Okay, and then there are 2 Excel files. Let's refrain from looking at the answers. So let's only open the question. Yeah, maybe we should open the answers file just in case we want to check if we have done, if we answer the questions correctly. Okay. Topic 1, Microsoft Excel. Okay, we're going to start off with basic data entry calculation skills. So I'm going to start from the very basic stuff: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Then we move on to the more intermediate statistical analysis. Obviously, you are an economics student. We are going to use Excel for economic data analysis. So expect questions like working out the real GDP growth rate, inflation rate, and so forth. Then you are going to learn how to plot different types of charts, line chart, column chart, etc. Pivot tables. Okay, and then some very basic econometric analysis. So strictly speaking, Excel is not the most efficient software when it comes to running regressions. eViews is better, especially for time series regressions. And then Starter, which you would learn after the June-July exam, it's a very strong software for cross-sectional data analysis. And even for the pivot table, it will take ages, to be honest with you, to do it with Excel. So again, eViews and Starter will be much quicker, much better software to conduct descriptive analysis. But I think as a student or as a labor market worker, you still need to know Excel. You must have good knowledge on Excel to survive in the labor market. And this is why we start off the bootcamp with Excel. Okay. And then for the Excel, okay, you are going to see all these options. We will try to use all of them actually in the very first question. Okay, so column, row, formula bar, formatting bar. These are, I unofficially call them plastic surgery tools. You can make the text bold, italics, underline, and then you can color a cell. You can change the font color and so forth. And you can align the text, like align on the left, in the middle, or on the right hand side. You can even merge a few cells together, merge them into one cell. Okay, I think I mentioned all these tools which we are going to use later. Yeah, the alignment, yeah, even other plastic surgery skills, currency. Obviously, we use rand terms, convert to percent, comma, and so forth, okay? And then how to increase or decrease decimal places. Okay, so maybe we can start out with the first question, which is the easiest question. The following information relates to the income of Danny and Deborah. So in other words, I assume it is a two-person household. Okay, and then they earn exactly the same amount of income in all 4 quarters 2016. So each of them would earn 10,000 rand per quarter, meaning the annual income is 40,000. And then the next slide will tell you the changes in their income in 2017. So let's enter this information. Okay, so let me go back to the question. 2016, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Danny, Deborah, household income 10,000. Okay, so let me pause for 15 seconds until everyone is ready. Okay, let me perform some plastic surgery skills here. Okay, I highlight the whole row, second row, align the text in the middle, bold, maybe I can change the font color to blue. Even this column, I can align the text in the middle. Again, blue, bold. And then now I can merge these two cells together. So I highlight the two cells, B1 and C1, merge and center. Bold, I can even underline it. Okay, I can underline the text. Okay, and then now I think you already know the answer is 40,000 here. So I want to introduce this combined auto sum. First left click. Then you see the question raised by Excel. Do you want me to add up the amounts from B3 to B6? If you think this is the correct suggestion, then press enter. Okay, 40,000. And then again for Deborah, same combine, auto sum. Okay, and I think we need to derive the where am I now? Yes, the sum and difference actually. Okay. So this is the sum. Okay. In other words, it is total household income. So now we are learning to use the addition command. So it will be 40,000 plus 40,000. You know the answer is 80,000, but equal to, you click this cell, then Excel suggests, is it B7, cell B7? Yes. And then plus, you need the shift key actually, plus this cell. So Excel suggests, is it C7, B7 plus C7? Yes. If you think this is the correct suggestion from the Excel software, then you press enter and you should get 80,000 as the answer. Okay. And then difference, I think I can adjust the column width so that we can see the whole word clearly, the whole word difference. Okay. So equal Deborah's income minus no. So now we're learning to use a subtraction command. C7 minus B7. The answer should be 0 because they earn exactly the same amount. Okay. Happy with this? And then we can move on to 2017. So Danny enjoys doubling of his income in all 4 quarters. Okay. So let's do this one. I think I can just copy the information here and paste here, except I need to delete these answers, and now 2016 is changed to 2017. Okay, and now the multiplication. So according to the question, Danny's income doubled. So in Q1 it is equal to B3, last year's income, times 2. You need the shift key, okay, times 2. Okay, happy with that? Then you do the same for the other 3 quarters. Okay. So his total income is 80,000. And then let's look at Deborah's. Okay. In the first 2 quarters, she enjoys a tripling of her income, but rather in the last 2 quarters, her income dropped by 50%. So go back to the question. So Deborah's in Q1 2017, her income equals to the 2016 income times 3. And the same happens in the second quarter. But rather in the third and the fourth quarter, her income halves. So we are using the division combined. So in Q3, it is equal to sales C5 divided by 2. It should give you 5,000. And then the same thing happened in the last quarter. Okay, so her total income, the annual income is 70,000. And then we can work out the total household income. It should be 150,000. And then lastly, the difference. 70,000 minus 80,000. It should give you minus 10,000 because Deborah now earns less than Danny in 2017. And then we can even highlight these 2 rows and then fill with the colors. Okay, so I call these plastic surgery skills. Okay, so let's compare our answers with the official answers on slide number 10. I think we are on the right track. Okay, so I hope you are happy with the first question. So we are done with sheet 1. Okay, very basic mathematical calculations. Then we move on to the second sheet. Okay, sheet 2. And by the way, these data are real, coming from the Reserve Bank, South African Reserve Bank quarterly bulletin. Annual data from 1980 to 2016. Consumption income, investment actually. Consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, government expenditure, residuals, exports, imports, GDP, GDP deflator, real GDP, and after we work out the real GDP, expect a question on annual economic growth using real GDP. Okay, so back to the basics. These are the stuff you learned in your first year economics, your good old happy days. Okay, GDE equals C plus I plus G plus residual. So let's do it for the first year. Equal C, which is B2, plus I, C2, plus G, D2, plus residuals, E2. Okay, if you agree with the suggestion by Excel, press enter. Then you might wonder, are you going to type the same formula like another 20 or 30 times to derive all the answers in column H? The answer is no. You can use the double click option. What you have to do is, do you see this cursor? The cross is quite thick currently. Then you move the cursor to the bottom right hand corner of cell H2. Do you see the difference now? Do you see the cursor becomes much thinner? Then what you need to do at the end is left click, double click, but you have to double click very quickly. So I'm going to do this now. You can't see that from my mouse actually. I double click very quickly. Okay, let me undo. I will do it again. Just look at the cursor becomes much thinner when I move it to the bottom right hand corner of cell H2. Then I double left click. Okay. Okay, then we can also work out GDP. GDP equals GDE plus exports minus imports. So in other words, if your GDE is wrong, then your GDP would also be wrong. So GDP equals GDE plus exports minus imports. Then you can press enter, then again, the double click combine. Okay, let me just compare with the official answers. Okay, 64628. Okay, happy with that? And the real GDP equals the nominal GDP. divided by GDP deflator